nature. There are subtle energies. And so we don't know actually what we're under the influence of. But also it's interesting, for example, that we say that nighttime is in the mode of ignorance. But then at night we're able to be contemplative, if we're using this mode correctly, we're able to contemplate and we're able to be meditative and kind of reflective. A lot of people use this time of the day to be reflective because it also awards that. Similarly, for example, if you go out into the forest, we hear from scripture that basically all the living entities in the forest, like the trees, the grass, they're all in the mode of ignorance, they're low consciousness because they aren't able to express certain things that us as humans can express, such as curiosity or propensity for trying to understand the higher, as in God, trying to understand spirituality. These things like trees and grasses, they don't have the capability to do that. But still, when we're in the forest, we feel very in the mode of goodness, right? So this is also there at play. So these energies, they work very subtly, and actually that's something that's been on my mind for a while, how it can be that even though a lot of these things, they are in these certain modes of nature, how they can actually have a different effect, especially if we try to understand it, such as if we try to understand the nighttime, how we can become more contemplative. If we try to understand, the peacefulness of the forest, we can become more peaceful. So, like that, I think that's why it's so important that we take shelter of these people that are above the material modes of nature, such as the spiritual master, to get guidance from the spiritual master, and in this way we can rise above the material modes of nature. In the purport of this text, it also says that since Krishna is both matter and spirit, the gigantic universal form comprising all material manifestations is also Krishna. And his pastimes in Vrindavan as two-handed Shyamasundar, playing on a flute, are those of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this is talking about Lord Shyamasundar. Actually, in the Brahma Samhita, we are able to learn how to understand this Shyamasundar better when we're not under the modes of material nature. And we understand that Krishna is both matter and spirit. So it says, it's in Brahma Samhita 5.38. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is Shyamasundar, Krishna himself with inconceivable, innumerable attributes, whom the pure devotees see in their heart of hearts, with the eye of devotion tinged with the salve of love. The salve of love. In the purport, Prabhupada says that the Shyamasundar form of Krishna is his inconceivable, simultaneous, personal and impersonal self-contradictory form. True devotees see that form in their purified hearts under the influence of devotional trance. The form Shyam is not the blue color visible in the mundane world, but is the transcendental variegated color affording eternal bliss and is not visible to the mortal eye. When Krishna manifested himself in Braj, both the devotees and non-devotees saw him with this very eye, but only the devotees cherished him, eternally present in Braj, as the priceless jewel of their heart. Nowadays also the devotees see him in Braj, in their hearts, saturated with devotion, although they do not see him with their eyes. The eye of devotion is nothing but the eye of the pure, unalloyed spiritual self of the jiva. The form of Krishna is visible to that eye in proportion to its purification by practice of devotion. So the form of Krishna is visible to that eye in proportion to its purification by the practice of devotion. And like I said, this practice of devotion can come when we understand that we're not the body, when we understand that Krishna is the supreme controller. And like I said, the secret to success is to take refuge under the protection of the Supreme Lord. And like this, everything will reciprocate, like we saw with Yudhishthira Maharaj. So of course these contaminations, they can come, like for example in the Bhagavatam, when Arjuna came back from the battlefield of Kurukshetra, after Krishna had left this world, Arjuna was crying. He was, on the ground, and he was really lamenting, really upset, and just really suffering. But then it's described that he started thinking about Krishna, all the ways in which their relationship, Krishna and Arjuna, how they were together, and he was really missing this relationship because of, remembering Krishna, smaranam. And then at once he remembered Krishna speaking the Gita, and it said that at the point where Krishna remembered the Gita, all this lamentation had went away immediately. He was immediately purified just by remembering Krishna speaking the Gita. So like this, we can see that the Gita is very powerful because, it just by remembering it, one can get beyond the lamentations of the mind. Like I was saying, the Gita equips us with immediate knowledge of what to do in the present. But that's not all. I mean, we can act in the present, but also we need to remember the ultimate instruction. We need to remember the ultimate instruction of what happens actually beyond the body, beyond the material modes of nature, beyond death. So does anyone have anything to say so far? Any comments? If not, then I can. Well, maybe someone has something to add, some meditations. Hare Krishna. Sri Sri Radha Gokulananda ki jai. Sri Sri Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki jai. Gaur Nitai ki jai. Yes, Mataji. The verse of the Brahma Samhita.
Yes, please. The fifth verse that you just translated.
Okay, so I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is Shama Sundar, Krishna himself, with inconceivable, innumerable attributes, whom the pure devotees see in their heart of hearts, with the eye of devotion, tinged with the salve of love. Tinged with the salve of love. Now for me, I'm trying to figure out what the salve of love is made of, the ingredients of the salve of love. Prabhu, maybe you know.
Well, I heard a Prabhupada lecture. Prabhupada was saying, in the material world, you may not see Krishna directly, but you have to
Hmm.
So the example was given, just like Prabhupada said, whose glasses are these? These are my glasses. And he said, if you go to the ocean beach, you have faith that the ocean will not take you in because ocean has got its limits, how far it comes in. So you have faith that Krishna is giving the ocean its limits, how much it can come in. He wants to take you in.
Hmm.
Like this, you can understand the greatness of Krishna through his energies.
Hmm.
So in the mature world, you learn to see Krishna through his energies. And then by doing that, a time will come when you see Krishna directly.
Hmm. So first, instead of trying to approach Krishna directly, we should try to approach his energies.
You have to see Krishna through the energies in the mature world.
Mm-hmm. Through the material world. So, for example, by like he's saying, "I'm the taste and water. I'm the, I'm the smell of the earth. I'm
On the light of the sun.
the light of the sun." Like this. So maybe that answers actually the, because like I was wondering why is it that like for example I was saying that we go out into the forest with all these living entities that are said to be in the mode of tamas, the grasses, the trees, etc. But they're energy of Krishna, and I mean compared to a place like a city where there's no living entities all around, we are less able to see Krishna because there's no other living jivas. But in the forest, for example, there's a lot of living jivas, isn't it? So perhaps that's why this kind of this kind of mode of goodness is there. Is that it because there's just more living entities, or why is that? Maybe you know, Prabhu.
The mode of goodness is easier to approach Krishna because
Yeah.
it's like example of wood. Fire is in the wood, but you want the fire to use for your purposes.
Mm-hmm.
So demigods or Brahma and Shiva, they're like the wood. They can't really help you to get to. Vishnu is like the fire.
Hmm.
So moral goodness is like that. It helps you to come to the pure goodness.
Hmm. So mode of goodness is like the fire that is already there in the wood.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Prabhu is saying that
It's
it's.
like a springboard. Moral goodness is like a
Hmm.
springboard to pure goodness.
Hmm.
Example given, if you go to the airport, where your destination, you should have a flight you want to catch.
Hmm.
So that's why moral goodness is like that. You're in the airport, and that the destination to come to Krishna is where you come to pure goodness.
Hmm. So Prabhu is saying that the mode of goodness is like a springboard in order to get to pure goodness, Shuddha Sattva. And mode of goodness is like having a plane to catch, and the plane will take you to your destination. It's easier to become Krishna conscious, to engage in pure devotional service when you're in the mode of goodness. Yeah. It's very interesting because I imagine also that it can be very easy to get caught up also in the mode of goodness, that we make kind of this mode of goodness our goal. But we need to remember that mode of goodness is just one of the stages. Like, because, for example, we can get so enamored by a flower, the beauty of a flower. Why is a flower so beautiful? Because it's a spark of Krishna, right? It's a part and parcel of Krishna. But because it's a spark of Krishna, that also means it's temporary. Like if you have a fire and a spark comes from it, the spark is a light, and then it dies down, right? It's temporary. So although it's part and parcel of Krishna, it's still temporary because it's part of the material world. Therefore, if we get attached to it too much, then it can also become a reason for more entanglement. So yes, these sparks, they can take us to Krishna, but also if we don't understand them in the right way, they can entangle us more. Yeah, that's very. Yeah. Yes, Prabhu, David Prabhu.
Just on seeing Krishna, he's holding Vedanta Manor, he was challenged, have you ever seen Krishna face to face?
So Kadamba Kanana Maharaj, he said, he was challenged, have you ever seen Krishna face to face? Kadamba Kanana Maharaj, he said, no, but I have seen his hand many times. Right? Yeah. It's very nice. So seeing this hand this can also be like kind of a springboard to seeing the rest of, like I was saying in the beginning, that the Gita is flowing from the mouth of Krishna. If we bathe ourselves in the Gita, if we submerge ourselves in the Gita, we can flow back to the smiling face of Krishna. If we use these things, then we get to see Krishna in that way. Yeah, that's very interesting. Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji mentioned,
Maybe someone has a microphone.
try to be loud. Prabhuji mentioned the word control. Krishna, it's Krishna's world and Krishna also controls. It's just coincidental, Prabhu, that the message we have from the Gita is very similar to what Prabhu was just saying. That I give heat and I also withhold it and send forth the rain when I decide to.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing that. But I wanted to tap your mind space on just what you said about the salve of love, what ingredients it could be. Could you share some examples? I'd love to hear how people express their love to Krishna.
So some of the ingredients of the salve of love you're asking. Yeah. That's a deep question. I mean, that's something that I've also been meditating upon. I only just recently, not very long, but especially reading this verse, I was like, I mean the Brahma Samhita. I was like, what is this salve of love made of? Maybe some senior devotees, they can give their realization upon some of the ingredients of the salve of love. What it comprises of. Maybe.
Prabhupada said, first you have to understand who is Krishna, right? Understanding Krishna's greatness, then your devotion will come. And surrender will come. First you have to be understanding who is Krishna and how great he is. And how is your true friend. Then the devotion will come. Then we saw the devotees who are serving Krishna. The devotees have to follow the process. Like reading the example, the program, having a bhakti. You share realizations. Come to the festivals. And yes, your devotion to Krishna will come.
So first we must understand who is Krishna, and then devotion comes. So understanding and devotion, those are some ingredients.
Understanding Krishna, all the knowledge you require, they reveal to you.
Yeah, I also find that this idea of understanding Krishna, it also actually brings about humility, in a way, and therefore we can say that knowledge and humility, they go hand in hand. For example, if you see a mountain from afar, like, oh, that's a very small mountain, I bet it's not that big. But if we come closer to that, if we start walking closer to this mountain, as in we start getting more knowledge about this mountain, we start to see more of the details, we start to see maybe some trees, more of the ridges, then we see, okay, wow, this mountain is actually much bigger than I thought, and therefore, wow, I'm so small in comparison to this mountain, so therefore, let me take a humble position. So I think, along with what Prabhu said about knowledge and devotion, humility is also there in the ingredients of the salve of love. This is just maybe something, from, I think that is also there. Yeah, maybe someone else has some ideas about what could be in this.
Prabhupada said, if you know the greatness of Krishna, you become humble naturally.
Sorry?
When you understand how great Krishna is, you become humble naturally.
Yeah. If we understand how great Krishna is, we become humble naturally.
And then the other thing is, when you understand how Krishna is dealing with situations, by the example, you see how even Krishna is humble. You get happy with someone who's dealing nicely with situations. Like I read in Gopal Thakur,
Krishna took the service of washing the feet. So by seeing the hand of Krishna, we also see that he himself is humble. And we're attracted to people that have these kind of qualities. It's very nice. Yes, David Prabhu.
Just in terms of the soul has a natural innate love for Krishna as well. And when we see Krishna, it's not just Krishna, it's Krishna means his parts and parcels, souls, his energies, and everything. So with the solve of love, it means to see everything in relation to Krishna in that sense, with the love for Krishna.
Hmm.
Everything is Krishna's paraphernalia and parts and parcels.
Yeah. So by seeing Krishna, it also means that we see his parts and parcels, all the other living entities, his paraphernalia, and that's what the salve of love is. We get to see that actually Krishna is not only Krishna but also all the living entities, the paraphernalia. It says also in this verse, right? That was it in this verse? Yeah. In the advanced stage of Krishna consciousness, one therefore makes no such distinctions. He sees only Krishna in everything, because since Krishna is both matter and spirit, the gigantic universal form comprising all material manifestations is also Krishna. So this understanding that, just by this salve of love we can see, again, the greatness of Krishna, and the humility is there because we understand that everything is part and parcel of Krishna. Krishna is both matter and spirit. And this is huge. This is so massive. Yeah, this is very big. Yeah. Maybe someone has anything else. I like this churning. It's very nice. I don't know.
Well, the other thing is mentioned in Necto, Chaitanya Prabhupada, and even in there how Srimad Bhagavatam sometimes is given how Krishna is soft as a rose and hard as a thunderbolt. So for those who follow his instructions and serve his devotees, Krishna is very kind. He looks after everything very nicely. And the example is given just like a Brahma, just how to sit nicely who are following the laws. But then those who don't follow, then they are in the criminal vipassana. They get looked after, but they're under punishment. The same thing with us, because we turn our back on Krishna, we want to try and be like Krishna. So Krishna says, okay, you can try and be like in the poor or Parika. But the human life is an opportunity to turn to Krishna again. So if you come out of this suffering situation, you can attend your eternal life of bliss and knowledge, full of eternity. So this is where the Krishna consciousness unity is coming in. To help people enter Krishna's family.
Yeah, this point of that Krishna is as soft as a rose, as soft as a flower, but can also be as hard as a thunderbolt. The same is said also about the devotees. The devotees has also the same quality of being as soft as a flower and as hard as a thunderbolt. But with Krishna we can understand, and also the devotees, we can understand that this is all actually the mercy. Whether or not they display it in a soft manner or a hard manner. Like I was saying before, that Krishna, he can send these rains in a nice way where he sends just enough so that the people can sustain themselves in terms of growing their grains and feeding themselves, or he can send raindrops that are as big as the trunks of elephants and that submerge the whole universe. And this is very powerful, but still it's Krishna's mercy. He is submerging the universe, and he is allowing the living entities to again come into this universe to fulfill their desires. Whether or not it's done in a soft way or hard way, it's Krishna's mercy. And this is what the pure devotees, they see this, that actually they see this essence that the Krishna's mercy is there, whether or not it's done in a hard or soft way. Especially when it comes to difficulty, they actually rejoice in difficulty because they see it's an opportunity to elevate ourselves, to see Krishna's hand in it. Like what Prabhu was saying before, seeing Krishna's hand in it. And of course, when it comes to difficulty, it's hard. It's easy to see Krishna's hand in difficulty when it comes to difficulty imposed by ourselves or by nature. Like if we bite our own tongue, we say, that's Krishna's mercy. I'm suffering. I bit my tongue. Thank you, Krishna, for this purification. But when it comes to other people, when it comes to other living entities, causing suffering to us, it can be harder to understand that it's Krishna's mercy, because then we have someone to blame. Clearly there is someone else causing this suffering, so there's someone else to blame. For that reason, sometimes it's harder to understand Krishna's mercy when it comes down to other living entities supposedly causing this suffering. But being aware that we have this nature that seeing this difficulty not as Krishna's mercy but as something else. I think that's a step to understanding that Krishna's mercy is everywhere, and therefore we can take more steps like this. I think that so, like these rains that are being talked about here, it's a privilege that can be easily withheld. It really shows the control of Krishna, that easily he can withhold all these privileges if he so wants to. And also that links to the point that if Krishna wants, then, or if Krishna wants, he can cause suffering in order to test us, in order to see how do we react to this suffering. How do we react to this suffering? Will we see it as Krishna's mercy or not? That is also there. So, this mood of that Krishna is kind of the controller of these things, and that Krishna is deciding himself. Okay, what should the living entities deal with? That is really there. I think I might end it here, unless someone else has some more things to say, some comments, some reflections. Go to Arati will be in about 2 minutes. Other than that, thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Srimate Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
His Grace Bhakta Jayasri ki jai.
Sri 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 Radha Gokulanand ki, Sri 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 Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki, Sri 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 Gauranitai ki, ki bajaya jaya Gorachande Arati ka shobha. Shiba Jaya Jaya Gorachande Arati ka shobha. Janavi Tatavane Jagamanaloba Janavi Tatavane Jagamanaloba Dhakine Nitashan Bame Gadadara Dhakine Nitashan Bame Gadadara Nikate Advaita Srini Vasa Shatradara Nikate Advaita Srini Vasa Shatradara Boshi Ashe Gorachan Ratna Simhasane Boshi Ashe Gorachan Ratna Simhasane Arati Korene Brahma Adi Devagane Arati Korene Brahma Adi Devagane Narayana Nara Hari Adi Kori Chamaradulaya Sanjaya Mukunda Basu Go Sadigaya Sanjaya Mukunda Basu Go Sadigaya Shanka baje ghanta baje baje karatala Shanka baje ghanta baje baje karatala Madhura mrudanga baje Paramarasala Madhura mrudanga baje Paramarasala Shanka baje ghanta baje Madhur 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 baje 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 Nittai Gora Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nittai Gora Hari Bol Nittai Gora Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nittai Gora Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Bahu koti chandrajini vadana ujjvala Bahu koti chandrajini vadana ujjvala Gala deshe banamala Khore jalamala Gala deshe banamala Khore jalamala Shiva Sukhanarada Preme Gada Gada Shiva Sukhanarada Preme Gada Gada Bhakti Vinoda Deke Gora Rasampada Bhakti Vinoda Deke Gora Rasampada Shiva Jaya Jaya Gora Chande Aradhika Shobha Gaurangera Rotika Shobha Jaga Janamana Lobha Jaga Janamana Lobha Jaga Janamana Lobha Nitya Gora Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitya Gora Hari Bol Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Shri Shri Radha Gokulananda ki, Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki, Gaura Nitai ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaura Premanande.
Hare Krishna. So I'll chant the Pramadwani prayers. So every time I say ki, you'll say Jai. Yeah? Okay. Jai Om Vish, and you can also bow down if you like to play obeisances, or you can put your hands together. Either way. So Jai Om Vishnu Pad Paramahamsa Parivagashaya Ashtatara Srimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki, ISKCON Founder Chai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Nama Chai Shri Das Thakur ki Jai. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivedanta ki Jai. Shri Radha Gopinath Sham Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhana ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham ki, Shri Mayapur Dham ki, Nilachala Jagannath Dham ki Jai. Ayodhya Dham ki, Vinda Devi ki, Tulsi Maharani ki, Bhakti Devi ki, Shri Radha Gokulananda ki, Shri Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki, Shri Gaunitai ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Harinam Sankirtan ki, Transcendental Book Distribution ki, Nitai Gaura Premanande Hari Hari Bo. Now you can say now instead of ki, you say Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga, Hare Krishna. So you can all take a seat, and we'll recite the Nishinga prayers. And please do join along. And the words are there to what we were singing.
जय राधा गोकुलानंद की नमस्ते नरसिंहाया प्रहलाद लाददायिने Hey
Thank you very much for attending the Aarti. The Prashadam is being served in the adjacent room, and the next Aarti will be at 9 o'clock. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama